Discover vibrant maturity and more at Purina1.com.
First, there was a phone call after Mitt Romney returned from overseas. Then there was an in-person meeting. And a few days later, Wisconsin Congressman Paul Ryan was officially part of the 2012 Republican presidential ticket. The process of picking Ryan was a top-secret one, led by one of Romney's longtime aides, Beth Myers. She spoke exclusively to CNN's chief political analyst, Gloria Borger, about how Romney vetted his potential VP picks.
The first swath was broad, and we got a good cut of information about a lot of people. He then narrowed it down, and we got even more information. We got personal information from each of the potential candidates. And then Mitt took these candidate dossiers, and he thought about them. He read all of them word for word. We narrowed it down once again, and we did, an even more deep dive on them, and then gave him the final product.
So what was Romney's #1 criteria? Myers said it was that his running mate be qualified to be president. For more perspective, let's bring in Republican strategist Ron Bonjean. He joins me now from Washington. Good morning, Ron.
Hey, good morning to you.
So one of the things that you notice about this team is a generational difference. Romney, a seasoned politician and businessman, while Ryan is the rising star, just 42 years old. Is this the jolt that the Romney campaign needed, do you think? Not just with the base, but with the broader electorate?
Oh, I think absolutely. That's the thing about especially right now in August, is that the campaigns have been doing this infighting, this small battle type, over advertising and who said what. And now you've got a vice presidential pick, and Paul Ryan. He's young, he's energetic, he is a star among Republicans, he's rising in the ranks, and he brings the fight now, instead of the small battle, to large ideas. He propels the campaign up to talk about the two distinct futures, whether or not you're going to go with President Obama and more taxes and spending, or you're going to choose the Romney-Ryan ticket, which is talking about economic growth and fiscal responsibility.
Now, but if you look at name recognition, 54% of Americans say that they don't even know enough about Paul Ryan to form an opinion of him. And as a strategist, how would you advise the campaign to turn that possibly into a strength?
Well, I'll tell you what, people are going to get to know Paul Ryan right away. I know him, and I think he's a fantastic legislator. And you know what? Most vice presidents, people don't necessarily know who they are. But now they're going to, because Paul Ryan is going to be on the stump for Mitt Romney. They're going to do there's going to be lots and lots of media coverage about him. He is very charming. He is very telegenic. He's going to be able to explain the Romney campaign platform in a way that people can understand. And he's going to take it to President Obama. That's one of the key attributes that a VP pick needs to have, is they have to go after the other side.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't been shy about going after President Obama, that's for sure. But what about his experience? I mean, Paul Ryan has spent his entire political career in Washington, very little work in the area of foreign policy. What do you make of that? And will that be trouble for him?
What's interesting is I've watched several interviews with him on foreign policy, and he's very well versed. He has actually traveled the Middle East several times. He understands what's going on with the rest of the world. So I feel very comfortable with it. I think Republicans do too. I think you're going to see him wax poetic. If anyone on foreign policy, if anyone thinks that he's weak in that area, they better watch their six, because he's very good at this. And he's a very quick study. And he's been around for a long time. He may be young, but he is certainly smart and certainly expressive. And as a guy from Wisconsin like I am, I've been a big fan of his for a long time.
Well, let me ask you about how the conversation of this campaign might change, because before the Romney team was hammering President Obama on the economy, now with the Ryan budget and the Ryan plan that Romney has clearly adopted by picking him as VP, making it his own as well, the debate could shift, right, from the economy to entitlements and taxes. So is this election no longer about the president's record and defending that, and instead about the vision for the country?
Well, it certainly is going to be about the vision of the country, and the Romney-Ryan ticket's going to keep it focused on economic growth But it's going to talk about fiscal responsibility, too. You know, and this forces the president to talk about the issues and not try to distract people away by going after, the small issues that we were dealing with earlier on. You're going to see two distinct battles now, two distinct futures now, a battle over where we take America.
Republican strategist Ron Bonjean, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Meanwhile, President Obama is building up the war chest that he'll need to fight the Romney-Bryan team. The president is back in his hometown of Chicago for a series of fundraisers, including one at his home that costs $40,000 a person. And on Monday, Obama heads to Iowa for a 3-day bus tour, also making an appearance in the key battleground state on the same day. Republican vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan. He'll be making his first solo stop on the campaign. Here is a sight that you don't see every day. A pit bull and a goat cuddling together in the same cage. We'll tell you why.